Hello, my name is Josue, and this video describes how to add a cancellation policy. To add a cancellation policy on your business setup panel, click on number 8, Unit Type Policy Editor. On the Unit Type Policy Editor, here we have the Add or Select Cancellation Policy. On your left side, you'll see a tree list, which you can label all the units or specific units, and you can add a cancellation policy for either a set unit or for all. For this moment, let's go for all of them. This here, number 1, describes a cancellation policy which is already set up. To add a cancellation policy, click on the Add button, and here first you will label which type of cancellation policy it is. Say 10-15% cancellation policy. As an example, the label would be what the cancellation policy would look like where you go to make a cancellation. Rate group will be which rate group it applies to. Let's leave it at all, which applies to any reservation, or that applies days before check-in or day after the day has been made. This describes the length for which the cancellation policy runs, the date range between which this cancellation policy is in effect. If you don't want to pick a specific date, leave it as any date. This will be the minimum amount that the cancellation policy could be, and the flat amount lets you select a specific flat amount that the cancellation will be all the time. The number of nights would be this describes how many nights the deposit applies to, whether it's a 1-night deposit or a 2-night deposit. This, if it's not prorate, you can uncheck this and then select which time interval that this applies to. If the cancellation policy is applied daily, the percentage is if this cancellation policy's amount would be based on a certain percentage of the reservation. The standard round would be how the amount is rounded up. Web-based bookings would be if this applies to bookings only to bookings made online. Apply after tax would be to decide when the tax is applicable. After your changes have been made, add the change control and submit right here. And submit. And you've added a cancellation policy. To see your cancellation policy on your grid, when you're about to make a cancellation, and you click here, this window will show up, and here you have the cancellation policies that you can check. You can check which cancellation policy you would like to apply. Either the one we just added or the one we haven't added. If you don't want to add a cancellation policy, this is where you will see it. And that's how you add a cancellation policy.